This is Warlord Radio, and we are doing another rant with our buddy Brim. And this time, we are covering horror movies.
Yes.
So, we're just going to keep it general. Brim...
We will do this often. You will find this a common theme because, we love horror movies so much. But we like to hear our friends' perspectives on things, so yeah.
Yeah. So,
right.
Shoot, man, give us, some of your favorites. What is your top
Don't
five
even have to be
favorites?
the best. What are the ones that you like the most?
Well, I'm going to start with number 1 as the very best, so I'll go with number 5. That would have to be Terrifier. Terrifier was one of those...
Solid
one of those goriest, not really one of the goriest, but, but it's there. But, however, because it's so gory, because of the chick hanging upside down getting sawed in half, that's why I'm putting it at number 5. But it's not the worst, but it's one of those movies that I could have.
I actually got to meet that guy, Art the Clown.
Really?
HorrorCon. Very cool guy.
Nice.
So, shout out to Art.
So, okay, what's your number 2? Did it, and why? Did it book you up, or did you just like it, or why?
What, number 5?
Your number 2.
Oh, my number 2.
Or your number 4, whatever the fuck you're going with this,
Alright, well, I have to say Maniac Cop, because Maniac Cop is just,
That movie is fucking bonkers, man. It's
One,
like
two, and
Guns
three are
Akimbo with racism.
Right.
It's so good.
I haven't seen Guns Akimbo, so...
Have you not seen Guns Akimbo?
No, I need to.
It's not a horror flick, but it is
yeah.
No, it's a really good flick.
Alright.
So, tell us a little bit about that movie, because, yeah.
I have to say, what were we talking about, Maniac Cop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just one of those movies that, it's kind of like a slasher film, but you really don't think it is until he comes out, and it's like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
So it's a slow burn into ultimate violence. I actually really like those kinds of movies.
What's your number 3?
I have to say, Zombie.
Zombie, the Fulci one, the Italian classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Man,
you can't top that. Yeah.
I literally used to have that classic zombie figure from, that image. I had that posted on the back of my door at my parents' house for fucking 14 years or some shit. Yeah,
I also
Zombie
really
was
love the
amazing.
soundtrack of that movie. Yeah.
So fucking good. Italians did horror differently.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a favorite scene in Zombie?
Unfortunately, I have to say the zombie versus shark scene.
Zombie shark? That's a good one. I would probably have to go with the Splinter eyeball scene, but that's me.
Oh, man. Oh, and a notable mention on that movie, I have to say, when the zombies are coming out of the ground real slow.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I love it. It's kind of like The Shining, but it's just like, oh.
Yeah. And it's got that cool synth score going on. So.
That was a lot of attention. So is that 2 or 3? I'm sorry.
That's 3.
That's 3. Okay, so
number 2.
Alright, second to last, I have to say Terminator. I mean,
nice.
sci-fi.
Bro, yeah, no.
Bro. Sci-fi stuff.
Kyle Reese, you died honorably, but like a bitch.
Cold. He's a favorite, man.
He is, but you die in a trench coat, that's your own fault.
Terminator, love it. So let me ask you this. Is Terminator your favorite in the series? The one, is it your favorite in the series?
Honestly, I'm pretty much mixed. I mean, everybody else has got their opinions, but honestly, I just like them all.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. I love the story.
T2 was so good as a sci-fi flick, and Robert Blake, that's his name, right? Yeah. Robert Blake did such a good job in 1000. And watching, because in the first Terminator movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger was supposed to be terrifying.
Yeah. And he was.
And in the second one, though, he's the big
guy.
brother. Yeah. It's so weird, but the first one was so good. I will also go as far as to say that Linda Hamilton, your boobs were the first boobs I ever saw.
There you go.
And I honor your boobs to this day.
Cheers.
I apologize.
Okay, so what would be number 1 then?
I have to say the film from 1980 called Maniac.
Maniac, from the same director as Maniac Cop.
Yes.
So William Lustig actually scored 2 on your top 5.
Yes,
that's badass.
What's Maniac? I'm not sure I've seen that.
Ooh, that's a rough one. It's very good though.
You're gonna enjoy the shotgun scene.
Yeah. It's a super notorious 80s slasher movie. It probably has some of Tom Savini's most realistic gut churning gore.
Okay.
That along with Chainsaw Massacre 2, I would say.
Yeah,
would probably
of course.
be the 2 like most outlandishly
And now
gory.
keep in mind, Joe Spinell is the main character who plays Frank, I think. That's his
but
name.
like,
but
so what is the synopsis of Maniac? Like, no spoilers, just like, what is Maniac?
Just a maniac.
Yeah.
Basically, in other words.
Enough said. I'm done.
No.
All right, what's your fourth?
No, that's it. That was his 5.
That was your 5.
All right, so real quick for you, what's your 5? Now, it doesn't have to be in order if you don't want.
These aren't not even necessarily horror movies at this point.
That's fine.
But they're movies that scared the shit out of me, and a couple of that, like, I don't know, like, changed genre almost. Okay, my number 1 movie that scares the shit out of me every time is the original Omen.
Omen, I knew you were going to say that.
Dude,
I knew you were going to say that.
That kid scares the piss out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if he was here right now, I would just kill him with a hammer. Like, he scares the crap out of me.
I think we'd be playing Shoots and Ladders.
I really, really like the Omen 1, but my personal fave is part 2. Because I kind of find that the kid is creepier when he's just slightly older, when he's basically Jack's age now.
Oh,
I'm not accusing that. I'm just saying that, like, when it's a baby.
Hot takes from Craig. Let's talk about my own kid and how he might be the Antichrist.
I mean, you know.
No, finish your thought, please.
No, I'm just saying the first one when Damien's like a little baby. He
doesn't know any better. He's just doing things.
It's a great story, and the atmosphere is totally killer and stuff like that. But I don't find the kid as creepy as when he's just slightly older, a young kid, and you can start to see that menace in the eye. And I'm
it's like he's starting to learn things about life and gonna act accordingly.
Yeah. So
anyway,
that's my favorite.
Yeah, I am a father of a boy of 7, so the Omen terrifies me.
Yeah.
I will say, as far as my favorites go, it's not particularly scary, but I love it.
Yeah.
The Witch.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. That's great.
I love that whole. I love everything about that movie. And this is a spoiler alert or whatever, but like when the kid
she's a witch.
She turns out to be a witch. But you know when her brother is in the barn and has the whole like
fit and stuff like that. Yeah.
That kid acted his ass off.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember his name. We'll post his link at the bottom, but like that kid did so well.
Oh yeah.
In the movie, like
I thought everybody.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought everybody.
And the thing about the witch is that like you kind of either love it or hate it because it's such a slow burn, but with such a good payoff.
Yeah.
But like, so you don't know what to do. But like the actual performance of the actors in that movie made that movie so very well. You know what I mean? Like it's such a good damn movie.
So what's another? So that's 2 for you.
That's 2 for me.
What's another one?
Night of the Demons, because that was the first titties I ever saw in my life.
I thought Linda Hamilton was.
I was looking at titties around that time.
There's a
okay,
but
I'll give you a horror movie. I'll give you a horror movie that's gonna piss most of these motherfuckers off. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, not actually a horror movie, but it informed so much of my life. So that's my 4. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark is my 4.
There you go.
I'm not much of a fan, that's the problem.
And then I will say this, actually.
But I do respect
I feel like there is a very underrated horror flick out there that is so very good and is full of very good actors. The performances are good. The story's good. Everything about it is good. The Apostle.
Ah, yeah. Dig it.
The Apostle
is... sleeping on that.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not a horror movie, but at the same time it really is.
Yeah.
I do have an honorable mention though.
Okay.
Alright, Hereditary. Because sometimes I know what a telephone pole feels
like.
Ah. Sorry.
There you go. So, one of mine, I don't have mine in particular order, except for my number 1. But one of mine that's like it's a little known like drive-in classic. But I saw it like under like mysterious circumstances when I was younger. Is I rented the tape from a Hastings. and they only had one tape of this movie, and it was I put it in the VCR, and it was like really like crackly and grainy and all this kind of stuff. And the movie starts. And
say Blair Witch, I'm quitting this show.
No, it's from the 70s, and it's called Death Dream, and it's by the same guy that did both Black Christmas and A Christmas Story and Porky's.
I've seen all of those, but I've never seen Black Dream though.
Or Death Dream. Death Dream is the story of a young guy, because remember this came out in like the early 70s. It's about a kid that goes off to Vietnam, and in the opening credits dies. And then as the credits are playing, you see the mom like basically like in her room like praying to herself that her son returns. But you see him die. Then it goes to the son mysteriously shows up on their doorstep.
Like Pet Sematary style?
Essentially, but like way before Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
And so the son returns and everybody's happy, but they find out that the only way that he can stay alive is to basically, like a vampire, like drink the blood of victims.
Cannibalize.
Not, that is he's mutilating them. But to me, what makes the story so creepy is just the unrelenting dark atmosphere that starts at dark and goes to pitch black, where the father kills himself, where the mother is burying the son in the grave weeping, and the end credits roll. And it's just...
That's so bleak.
Yeah. There's no like shocking gore or anything like that. It's just, like I said, it starts dark.
I like cerebral horror, actually.
It just really goes darker.
That's pretty bad.
So,
like, don't get me wrong, like I love gore. I want to watch you get your hamstrings cut or whatever the fuck. But like, I also love it when like I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And that's scarier sometimes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what I like about Dario Argento's movies.
Oh, exactly.
You know? I mean, it's like full crime and mystery, and it's like it's building up to that special moment.
But you never get that payoff. Yeah. You don't know what happened at the end.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a cliffhanger, kind of like, figure it out, put your own mind to it.
Yeah.
I love. So Dario Argento's definitely on my list. Suspiria was like when I saw it.
Suspiria,
had a hypnotic effect.
The old one, the new one. Like I don't like the new one as much as I like the old one, but they're both great. And the soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
The original is just so fucking amazing. Yeah. Like iconic. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. Another one. It's a newer movie, but again, it kind of keeps with just the theme of it. Just gets like unrelentingly dark. It's a French movie called Martyrs.
I have not watched it yet, but I have seen it. Actually, but you just reminded me of something that I should have booted. I don't know what I should have booted off my list, but I have another horror movie that it's my favorite.
Yeah, but Martyrs was part of what they call the French New Wave. Like in the early 2000s, there were these horror movies that came out that had really graphic violence, really brutal murder scenes, but had really good acting and really good stories. So they were kind of a cut above the stuff that was coming out, which was like retreads of like Final Destination and stuff like that, which are fun, but these were much more serious, and I enjoyed that. So movies like Inside and High Tension and Calvaire and Martyrs is kind of the most notorious of them.
But I want to bring up an honorable mention because I am actually ashamed that this did not make it on my list. But As Above, So Below.
Yeah, that's a killer one.
These guys, a bunch of spelunkers and like urban explorers that go down into the catacombs of France and basically find like Dante. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's amazing. It's so very, very well done.
So that's 3 for me. My other one would be John Carpenter's The Thing.
My friend,
which is not only the greatest remake of all time, but I think it's just one of the best movies.
Also, there is a very popular video game amongst children called Amongst Us that is essentially The Thing.
Yeah.
No, Among Us. But like one guy is killing everybody, and everybody else has to figure out who it is. But it's like a space station out in the middle of nowhere. It's real weird. I don't know. The kid that does our bumpers, I'm gonna make him make Craig play Among Us with him.
Okay.
He's gonna like it because it's essentially the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
love it. And then my number one is what I often call the Citizen Kane of horror movies is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. If you are doing a horror movie, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is almost as perfect as you can get.
Yeah.
It is. There are no better slasher flicks than the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And one of the things that is surprising, kind of the more you watch it, is that a lot of people, especially like when it first came out, it's like they talk about like how rough it is and stuff like that. But actually, if you watch it, and especially if you're watching like a clean print, like on a Blu-ray or something like that, is you notice how artfully composed it is.
Yeah.
Is that it's actually like made by a guy that had training. It's not just a bunch of shaky cam stuff.
Every prop in the scene is specific.
All the camera angles, the wide shots, the open space of the country, and the way that it progressively gets tighter and tighter to the dinner scene where you're getting close-ups of the veins in her eyeballs. Like, it's just, it's
the
stunningly
fact that
put together.
like Grandpa gives you this whole hilarious scene in the most horrible way possible. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's, am I thinking wrong? Maybe?
No.
I love it when she wakes up and she's tied up and everyone starts screaming.
Like howling and stuff like that.
I love that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's some horror picks for us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Keep watching. Hit like and subscribe. And
leave a comment, man. If you disagree with us, holler at us because we will talk shit back. I promise.
I won't.
He won't, but we will. We absolutely will. We don't give a fuck about you. Fuck Mark V. Kearns.
Nah, you kidding me.
You're listening to Warlord Radio Podcast. Please hit like and subscribe at the bottom.